Good afternoon, friends. Currently, we are packing up. I'm heading back to Sacramento today. I came up to the Bay Area to visit my wife and hang with her for the past couple of days, but I gotta head back to Sacramento for a gig. So currently moving out, getting my steps in because this house is up on a hill. There's a lot of steps. But I'm gonna be playing some drums tonight, which will be a little different, so. Okay, we should be all packed up. We have food, we have coffee, you know, the necessities for a little road trip. And yeah, I'm going back in to just make sure I have all the things, say goodbye to Sierra. See you guys on the road.
Because you realize that, it's a crazy question, of the drums and the pre-going very split 50-50.
All right, friends, we are back in Sac finally. The drive is like an hour and 10 minutes there, but on the way back, it's always at least an hour and a half. And there was one time I drove it and it took 2.5 hours to get back. It's annoying. Traffic is crazy. There's like construction. There's just so much stuff that just makes the drive way longer than it should be. But it only took about an hour and a half to get back into Sacramento. I'm headed to the studio space right now because I have a couple things I need to pick up. I also have a few hours to kill until I have to be at this church thing. That's what this is, by the way. Basically, a buddy of mine who works at this church, their youth group, they've been really trying to whip their youth group into shape, their youth worship band into shape. And I guess there's like a worship night coming up in the near future. So basically, they just need a solid drummer because they're using like clicking tracks and all that stuff. And I guess I fit that bill. I don't know, man. But they're hiring me out to basically fill in for a couple Wednesdays up until this worship night and stuff, just so they have a solid, you know, rhythm section, I guess. That's what we're doing tonight. I really want to write. I spent the morning with Sierra and working on a couple other things and just kind of taking it a little easy since I was going to have to head out and be away from Sierra. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can kind of squeeze some songwriting in, get this practicing in, situate a few other things, and then yeah, we'll be on our way to hit some things. Hopefully in a way that is pleasing to the ear. So we're in the studio space. I need to rep some songs for tonight, so I'm gonna do some air drumming, if you will. Well, between loading in some gear, practicing, and then having some emails come in that were a little pressing, of course, ran out of time, so we gotta go. I was hoping to get to songwriting, but once again, just other things that were a little more pressing, I guess, got in the way, even though I'd like to think songwriting is pressing, at least to me. I don't know. Yeah, guess I'll see you there. Well, we made it. That was rehearsal. Pretty chill. Went relatively fast. And now there's actually a lot of time chill in between. So I think I'm gonna go back to the van and attempt to write a song. Okay, well, I came out to this like shady area in this church parking lot and wrote not a great song, but I wrote something with the time that I had. So check the box, which is good, I guess. Still got like half an hour until this church thing starts, and yeah. And just like that, we're done. Sorry for the terrible angle. There was literally nothing to put my phone on. The thing I had put it on during rehearsal, it had fallen off anyway, so I was like, I can't do that during the service. So I kind of just had to do what I could do last minute, but we're done. Pretty easy. 3 songs, and now good to go. I was editing this vlog a little earlier, and I thought it was interesting because I feel like you can kind of see my mood kind of fluctuate throughout the day. Not that I like was showing any crazy emotions throughout the day. It's a thing that I'm aware of, but it's just interesting, like watching it back in real time, especially since doing these vlogs. I've seen it happen a couple times where kind of like as the day progresses and it wears on me, I kind of see it in my mood and in kind of how I like present myself, which is not intentional necessarily, but I think I just find it interesting that even though I do music full time, I feel like I don't get to spend a lot of time doing the things I would like to do, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to make time to do said things, but I also have to make a living. And this is not new either. I've been doing this since 2018, so this is like been an ongoing thing. I think that I just thought by this point I would have made it, whatever that means. I don't know. I sometimes just find myself just wondering like why I'm still doing this in a sense. I just want to be able to write songs and sing them for people. That's just a lot easier said than done apparently. So I don't know. Well, I don't know if I made any sense in the last part, but yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna watch my show and eat some food, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.